Hello, welcome back to another anime art video. My name is Dennis and I'm a beginner artist, and in today's video I'm going to be drawing Wonderwise. I'm gonna keep it real. I thought this entire time Wonderwise was already on the battlefield. He just refused to fight. But then I remembered this episode that Wonderwise was actually one of the individuals that stayed behind and was I don't want to say in the room with he normally basically Wonderwise normally travels with, I don't remember if it's Eisen or if it's the the blind guy, the blind Soul Reaper. I think Wonderwise is normally with him. So that's why I'm surprised that Wonderwise wasn't on this battlefield this entire time. But one thing that is apparent, right? The way they made it seem this episode was they kind of made it seem like the Vizards showing up means that the Vizards were stronger than the captains that were present. When in fact, I don't think that that's definitively true. I do think that one of the Vizards is stronger than a lot of the soul than the captains, but that's Shinji. Shinji is the only one amongst all of those Vizards that I think are he can compete with every single captain. Whereas there are specific captains who I think can fight majority of all the Vizards. So yeah, okay. So I'm gonna tell you right now. It'll scale like this, right? There are captains that I think will have trouble with a lot of captains, right? Just like there are Vizards who I think will have a lot of trouble with Vizards. But I think generally the Vizards, whichever ones were ranked captain prior to the event happening, I think that those ones can compare to, I don't want to say majority of captains, but they at least compare to half of them, right? But most captains compare to the Vizards, right? I think that the Vizards are captain level. I think the mask added on to whatever power that they previously had that brings them into captain level. So whichever captains were captain level before becoming a Vizard, their level of power scales up higher. So the only two people on the Vizard side that I think would be able to deal with most captains, and they'd probably have trouble with maybe like two, is Shinji and the captain that was good at using Hados. I think that those two individuals scale high in terms of captains. If not, the one that uses Hados, then the dude that has the white hair that was a captain previously that ended up getting stabbed in the back. Him. So those three, right? I think that they can fight most captains. But then if we look at the captain side, the captains that I think can fight most of the Vizards would be obviously Rose Petals, right? My captain with the rose petals, and his counterpart, which were they were like in tandem with each other when they were in school. White-haired captain, the one that is sick. I think that those two scale generally higher than most of the captains that are there. So, like example would be given, the captain, Rose Petal captain, was fighting this dude, number one, and the number one dude was like, "Hey, how does your Bankai compare to that kid over there, for instance?" And he said, "That kid has more potential than me. He'll get stronger than me in about these many years." Which obviously scales, like, if you think that that person can only get as strong as you are in these amount of years, I think he said like over 100. If you think that he can only get stronger than you in that amount of years, then you must be insanely strong now, right? So Obviously, those two, I think they scale, and I'm not talking about Yamamoto in terms of this because I think that he's just not fair. But I do think that those two can fight most Vizards with with generally no problem, except for once he gets to somebody like Shinji or the dude that I would say is a master of Hado. I'd say that those two, are different. And I'm not counting individuals like Yodoichi and obviously Urahara. I think that Urahara being involved in that is completely unfair and it's unfounded. And also the dude that went with Urahara, the dude that used to work with the master of Hados. I would say that those three that are outside of the Soul Society, they're in their own group. I would say that those three would technically be in tune with Ichigo's group, right? Of individuals that are on captain level. It'd be those three plus Ichigo. Like they're a group outside of the Vizards and outside of the captains. And they basically have a group for everything. There's a group out there of I forget what they're called. The ones that end up losing their powers as Soul Reaper and then getting them back. Those guys, there's them, right? They have a specific set of powers and they're a group. The Hollows, which are Arankars or Espadas, right? There's captains, and then there's Vizards and Ichigo's group. I think Ichigo's group can count because they're a mixture, right? They're not just solely Soul Reapers. They're a few. But let's get into this. Let the All right, I am finished with this picture of Wonderwise. I will say right now, I don't really like how this picture turned out that much. But, generally, I don't think it's like, I was about to say it's not the worst, but technically, it's pretty bad. But anyway, that's it for this video. If you liked it, be sure to leave a like, subscribe. If you didn't, let me know what I can do in the comment sections to make it better for you to watch next time. The glove is off. Peace, love. Thanks for watching.